If a business owner comes to you and asks, "Can you make a website for me?" you can confidently say, "Of course. Don't worry, boss. I'll take care of everything from start to finish completely on my own." If you can say that, then you're a full-stack web developer. Yes, in this video, I'm going to explain what exactly a full-stack web developer is and which technologies you need to learn to become one. Let's start. First, I'm going to divide this full concept into 3 parts: front-end, back-end, and database. Now you might be wondering, what do front-end, back-end, and database mean? Alright, let me explain it clearly. So imagine this in your mind. Think of a house, an electricity board, EB, office, and a power generation source. Keep these 3 things in your mind. First, let's talk about the house. This represents the front end. When we look at a house, we can see how it looks from the outside, but we don't know where the power supply comes from, which wires are connected, or how electricity flows into the house. What we can see with our eyes is only the house. That's the front end. Now, the back end. The back end is like the EB office. It knows all the details about where the electricity comes from and how it's supplied to the house. This is the back end. Finally, the database. The database is like the power generation source. The EB office receives power from somewhere, like a power plant or some other source. What does the EB office do? It takes that power and supplies it to the house. This is the database. So these 3 parts, front end, back end, and database, work together to create a complete system. Let's look at this in real time. Take YouTube, for example. You see videos, click on them, like them, and do everything else, okay? But when you leave a comment on YouTube, that comment becomes visible to everyone in the world. How? That's the back end. Something happens behind the scenes, out of our sight. Where are those comments stored? Where are all those YouTube videos stored? They're all saved in some kind of database. From the database, the back end fetches the videos and comments and makes them available to the entire world through YouTube. This is how front end, back end, and database work together. Next, let's look at what you need to learn for each. For now, let's leave the back end and database aside and focus on the front end. I earlier compared the front end to a house, right? To build a house, you need bricks and cement. Similarly, to build a website, you need HTML and CSS. Once the house is built, it needs to be painted, right? Similarly, after building a website with HTML, we use CSS to style and add color to the website. In other words, CSS is used to enhance the appearance of a website. Now the house is built, and it's painted. What comes next? You need to turn on the switches for the lights to work and open the taps for water to flow. Similarly, to add functionalities to a website, we use JAVASCRIPT. For example, when you click a button, something should happen. When you click an image, an action should occur. All such functionalities are added using JavaScript. This is what we call the front end. Now, is this enough for the front end? No. You also need a framework. Why do you need a framework? Because a framework lets you write, say, a 20-line JavaScript code in just 2 lines, making your work easier. The 2 most popular frameworks are Angular, React. Now let's move on to the back end. For the back end, there are many technologies you can use, but I'll tell you about the most popular ones. Java, Python, Node.js. These technologies can be used to build the back end. Finally, the database. The most popular databases are MongoDB, AWS. These are widely used databases for storing and managing data. So, how do you become a full-stack web developer? Choose one technology each for front-end, back-end, database. Learn these 3 thoroughly, and you'll be ready to become a full-stack web developer. Now, can you choose any technology you like? Yes, you can choose whatever works best for you. That's it. That's what becoming a full-stack web developer is all about. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. Share it with more people, and subscribe to the channel. All the best!